let's talk about, Jamie has a question about your top 5 must-have website pages. So top 5 website pages. Well, you know, number 1, your homepage. Let's see here if I can demonstrate this. There's a couple pages that I think, and there may not be 5, but there's at least a couple. Let me share my screen here. All right, so it depends a little bit on your business, but services pages, here's the services that you offer, is super important. And if you have services that are very segmented and very specific in different clientele, then having specific service pages for each client, I think is super important to do that. Your about page actually is super important. This should be a really very informative page, not just about, you know, your mission and vision of the company, but should be more personalized. This sometimes on a lot of sites can be very, you know, generic and stuffy. You know, it shouldn't be stuffy. It should be more personable with that. Reviews. Absolutely must have a reviews and testimonials page. So this is, you know, talking about Review Me marketing and what we do with that. You've got to have, really need to have that set up so that people are able to see your latest, greatest reviews. They can see that they're on Google, and you have a way to show those off. That's critically important. Another one that people miss a lot is your frequently asked questions. So there's a couple reasons why this is important. So one is this really helps you to qualify your prospects better because they're able to have those most common questions answered before they ever talk to you. So ideally, they're able to really understand their basic questions. So by the time they're reaching out to you, they're really ready to take the next step. They want to move forward faster. So having those FAQs, and there's a lot of different ways that you could do that in terms of how you display that information. The other reason this has become really important, and I'm thankful that this is something we've been doing for 10 years, really since we started the business and started building websites for clients. We have tried to build FAQ pages from the very beginning. And for the basic reason of how do we qualify our clients better before they call us. Where this has actually come around now and become critically important is in voice search optimization. So what do we do now when we ask a question? We ask Siri, we ask Alexa, we ask Google, we ask them the question, and what they're starting to do is find the answers based on what's on websites, and they're pulling that data from FAQ pages. So if someone were to ask Alexa, are your lighthouse assisted living homes kinds of facilities? That's really specific, obviously. But Alexa or Siri now is starting to go where they'll read it back. They'll read back the answer that's on the FAQ pages. So that's become a really super important page. If that's something you don't have right now, I highly recommend do that ASAP. So that's a couple for me that are super important pages that very basic reviews, testimonials, FAQs, really good services pages, and solid about pages. Besides having, you know, a good homepage. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, so the other question, just since we're talking about reviews, we did talk about reviews. Lindsay asked, what's the most effective way to have patients leave reviews if they're in a hurry and do not have time in the office? So this is key. All right, so you have a dentist's office, you have some type of doctor's office, chiropractor, whatever. Weight loss clinic, could be anything. And so what you've got to do is figure out how do we get reviews later on. They're not going to do it in the office, which is okay. Sometimes they are busy and sometimes they can't do it in the office. So let me see here if we've got this one set up the way I want. So one of the things that if you're one of our clients, there's a couple ways to do it, whether you're one of our clients or not. But what we offer for our clients is a form like this. So this is an internal form that you can use. And so if you're going to use this and you haven't used it before, we need to set up the email and text options for you. It takes a few minutes, so we can always do that. But what you're able to do then is immediately after that visit, you can send an email. When we send emails, we'll send 3 emails over a period of 7 days, requesting review. Our default for text messages is 1 text message, so it basically goes out right away. We can always add more text messages to follow up, but obviously want to be careful with that. But let's say you want to do both email and text message. You just pop in their email address, their phone number, their first name and last name, and you send them. Now there's some follow-up that they're going to get, specifically requesting a review. So when there's a time that's more convenient for them, then they can do that. So the same can be done in your own office. If you have your own email follow-up system, you have a way within your office to request those reviews, then you can do that through that as well. So you just send, you know, your main link to your landing page. So for instance, this is their landing page, how their landing page is set up. So that's really the way to do it. What I have found is that people are busy and that sometimes you do have to ask a few times, and as you ask a few times, you're able to really get a few more reviews because of asking a few more times. So that's it. Best way to leverage LinkedIn. I'm not going to answer that question today. I will save that question though. What I do want to talk about and take a few minutes, since we're talking a lot about reviews, is show you something that Google is doing that you need to be aware of. So I found this article, or I got this article. This is kind of the stuff we dig into all the time. So it's called Google's Suggested Answers. And this happens on your Google My Business page. So, you know, for the last 7, 8 years, I've really been talking about reviews. I've been asking clients, get reviews, get reviews, get reviews. I'm at the point now where I'm begging you, please, please, please work hard to get Google reviews. And if you haven't done it before, I'm going to show you why you really need to do it now more than ever, and how it really can help your business. So when someone searches for a particular type of business, so CPA, weight loss clinic, whatever it is, that's a generic industry search, and Google will show the Google My Business pages. And then there's also what we call a branded search. Branded search is someone that's searching specifically for your business. And so what Google does is displays the knowledge panel. And one of the things that Google's added is a place where you can ask questions. Someone can ask questions to you as the business owner on your Google My Business page. You can ask a question. And that's been there for a while. But Google's combined this with reviews. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So, for example, I did a search. This is not my client, High Point Assisted Living Denver. What comes up here, that's a branded search, okay? That's for their company, branded search. This is called the knowledge panel here on the right. So the knowledge panel is your Google My Business page, and then Google's combining other elements as well, not just your reviews. It's pulling in your Facebook profile even, and directing people to other bits of information for you. It's pulling in reviews from other websites, right? So Senior Advisor, Alzheimer's.net, Caring.com, they're showing their reviews from other websites. And then you have this right here, ask a question, okay? So let's see what happens when we do this. So it pops up. Over here you can see this, no suggestions yet, meaning it's gonna give suggestions. So this is assisted living. So what might be a question someone might ask? Someone might ask, what are the rooms like? Google's going to pull from the reviews and talk about that. So it talks about the facilities well furnished and comfortable. It's clean and decor is phenomenal as well. I highly recommend this facility, all they're looking for assisted living. The facility is immaculate. Does that blow your mind? Is that kind of mind-blowing? It's mind-blowing to me, right? That's very specific information from the reviews specific to what you're asking. How about this? What is the food like? Look at this. The meals are what you would expect in a restaurant. The chef is phenomenal. We spent many holidays enjoying the buffets. I mean, can you get any more specific than that in pulling in the reviews? I'm not done. Let's look at what is the staff like. So the High Point staff is to be welcoming and caring. Staff is professional and friendly. They are friendly, accommodating. They've been sweet, understanding, encouraging. I mean, you can't get much more specific than that, and it's pulling from the reviews. Do you understand the amount of trust that somebody is going to put into that? Because they're asking a specific question and they have reviews from outside third parties, quote unquote non-biased in a way, who is leaving that review. It's so highly trusted, and people trust that so much to be able to see that in the reviews. So if you haven't been working on reviews and getting very rich and strong reviews, then now is the time to do that. So whether you're using our system, Reviewing Marketing, or another system, or no system at all, put it into your best practices of how you're going to get more Google reviews. And then if you need some help with this, like, reach out to us. Let's talk about it. Let's see what you're doing. Let us, give us your list. We'll send out the emails on your behalf and start building those Google reviews. We did this with a small plumber. I took their database and we started sending out emails on their behalf. Over the last 3 months, they've added 50. Is it 50? Maybe not 50. I want to say 30 to 35 new Google reviews in the last few months. Those are going to have a huge impact on their business because of that. So that's a big change that I wanted folks to be aware of in particular on the call today. All right, other questions that you want to ask? Hopefully that was helpful. Any other feedback, you can just type it in the question area if you want. Yeah, there is one other thing I had come up, but I won't talk about that. So we talked about the voice search optimization with your FAQs and having your FAQ page. So one of the things that we can run for you, if this is kind of an add-on service that we have for voice search readiness. So basically having some voice search check to be able to verify that you've got everything ready to go for the different voice search platforms. So Amazon Alexa, Bixby, Cortana, Google, Siri, that kind of thing. So if that's something you want us to check, let me know that as well, and we can run a quick scan for you. It doesn't cost anything to scan it, so you can see if your information is ready, and then as a service that we combine with, you know, all your local directory listings and all that. We can talk about how we can update that and get that right. All right, so do we want Google reviews or should we direct people to the Review Me place? All right, so here's how this works. Just as a basic reminder, let's go to so you want to use our platform, and here's why. This is going to help direct them. Now, if you've got your link to Google, yes, you can always just send the link to say, go here and go to Google. The reason you want to use our platform is that you have one of two options. So some folks have the thumbs up, thumbs down. And then for some folks, we've been using the oh, that's not the one I want. Yeah, that is the one. The other option we use is stars. So it could be thumbs up or stars. So if someone clicks on 4 or 5 stars versus 1, 2, or 3. So if they click on 1, 2, or 3, it's just going to be the form that gets filled out, that comes back to you. So if someone's not happy for some reason, it gives them a chance to give you feedback without leaving a review somewhere. 4 or 5 stars, then we show them the links. Here's Google, here's Facebook, here's the BBB. Now we're emphasizing Google and we're asking for Google, and it's really you know, trying to do that. But we give them the choice, right? They can then choose, do I want to do Facebook? Or maybe they hate Google and they're just not going to do it. Then they can go to Facebook and do it. The other option, so then the thumbs up, thumbs down works kind of the same way. Thumbs down, you get the form. Thumbs up, then you got Google, health grades, BBB, whatever. And sometimes we change these. So like we don't have Facebook on this particular client right now because they didn't want to focus on Facebook. They wanted to focus on Google and health grades and BBB. You can always add Facebook in later for them. We still monitor that, but then the options are. So this takes them right to it. So if they click on Google, not only does it pop it up, which is going to be different than the link you send them, it's going to pop it up into the review box, where all they got to do is hit 5 stars and write the review. So we're trying to save them some steps in the process of leaving the review. So that's really one of the advantages of using it through the link that we give you, because we've kind of streamlined that process for them to get directly where they need to get to. So this works on all devices. So this is a desktop. So if you send it on an email, you send it on a text. If they're doing it on their phone, you know, the page is going to work and it's going to direct them regardless. Now, if your business needs Yelp reviews, what we've done in the past is that we haven't been putting the Yelp as an option on the review page. We still monitor and show those reviews, but Yelp's really kind of cracked down on people using systems to ask for reviews, but we haven't really seen them officially crack down, I guess. They made a statement about it a little over a year ago that it was against their policies, but we haven't seen them do much in terms of enforcement. So if Yelp is a place where you do want reviews, then that's probably a conversation we can have. But you definitely got to get the Google reviews first and build that up, and then you can start building in other places. But Google is the one that is going to have the most impact, direct impact on your business. So then when you go back to the reports, you can then see where all your reviews are. We'll talk about reports since, so this is a fairly new client. Yeah, so they've only been on board a short time. So the report really shows you where are the reviews coming in, where do I have them now, so where do I need to get them next. So over the last 90 days here, they've gotten, you know, a lot of reviews. So they're finally starting to build those out. So yeah, those are some of the basic reminders. Jamie O'Kane. Other questions? Hopefully that was helpful. All right. I think that's all the main stuff that I wanted to share with you guys today. So if, let's see here, can I stop screen sharing? Back to video. All right, I want to thank everybody that joined us here today on the call. Hopefully you found that useful. We'll make this video available for a while. We'll probably put it on our YouTube channel so you can always reference it there. If you have other questions that we can help you with, you need to go back and review any of your Review Me marketing with us, get an update on it, just reach out. We can do some one-on-one with you as well and make sure that you're up to speed on what your options are and what you're able to do. Because our goal is that you get more clients, and using reviews is one of the simplest methods to help you get more clients faster. And so we want to help you do that. All right. Thank you guys. Have an awesome day. And if we don't talk to you before next month's call, have a great month, and we will see you soon.